surveys who use thermal imaging techniques refined their target market and increased their turnover by an average of 50% per month. They were pretty pleased with the investment that they made with Action. Our jewelry retailer increased his conversion rate from 26% to 65% in 18 months. Remember what I said earlier, that if you have a low conversion rate, you're sitting on a potential gold mine. Danny George was more than happy with his decision to invest in an Action coach. This security installer cleaned up his database and began to communicate with them on a regular basis. His results were almost unbelievable. And he's right. Business coaching is a little bit like sports coaching, and we don't query the need for a coach in sports. If you were to target the right customers, you can dramatically increase your average order value. Do you want a 6-fold increase? Then you should give it a go. And finally, this client increased his profit margins from 14% to 26.2% in 1 year by getting rid of unprofitable clients and increasing his prices. His only regret is that he didn't start years ago. Working together, we will be looking at an increase of just 10%. So we will be looking to increase the number of leads by 10%, taking the number from 4,000 to 4,400. And the conversion rate would go from 25% not to 35%, but just 10% on the 25%. That's 27.5%. So the number of customers rises from 1,000, no, not to 1,100, but to actually 1,210. We will take the number of transactions up from 2 to just 2.2. Don't forget, this is an average across the board. And the average pound sale increases from 100 to 110. Overall, the revenues grow to, no, it's not 10%, but it's to an amazing £292,820. Now, if we increase revenues by that amount, you're almost certain to get at least a 10% increase in margins without doing anything, as your fixed costs will not increase in line with the increase in turnover. So a 10% increase here will give you a margin of 27.5%, up from 25%, and your profits will have moved from 50,000 to £80,525.50. That's a 46% increase in your revenue and a massive 61% increase in your profits. So what would you do next year with an extra £30,525.50 profit? Deposit on a new car? Or perhaps a well-deserved holiday somewhere with a view? Warren Buffett, a pretty wealthy guy, said this: "It is not necessary to do extraordinary things to get extraordinary results. And what you've seen today is certainly not rocket science. Now, if you remember, I was going to tell you one thing that you could start doing today that will have a dramatic effect on your business. Well, your accountant will teach you that sales and marketing is an expense. And it's an expense because it comes in below the gross margin line. But the entrepreneur's view is that sales and marketing is an investment. So for every pound out, more pounds should come in. So why is that true for some businesses and not for others? Because they do two things in their business. They test and they measure. Start today and record everything that you do and the result that you get from what you're doing, and you will find that your business will improve. That's my guarantee to you this morning. So what now? The problem here is that most people leave seminars and webinars with the best of intentions and do believe that they have seen and what they've seen and heard will stand them in good stead. But in 95% of the cases, nothing happens. Nothing changes and nothing new gets done. And the reason for that is one word, and that's accountability. There was no one there holding the business owner accountable for implementing anything that he has learned. So the real option here is either to do nothing, stay where you are, or take the next step. Investing in your future. You're about to invest in your future, and to start it off, it would be a great idea to set a plan for the next 3 months. Included in this plan, you will need to select the right strategies for growth. You'll need to come up with a set of SMART goals. Goals that are SMART are specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and have a timeline. You will then plot out the actions that need to be done on a weekly basis, week by week, for the 13-week cycle. Is this a daunting task? Well, it could be if you do it on your own, but no if you get help, and help is here. Help is here in the way of Growth Club. What you get is you get a 90-day planning book, which is specifically designed to produce at the end of the session a one-page summary, which will outline all the activities that you need to perform over a 90-day period in order to achieve your plan. To help you get a better understanding, there are 2 webinars. The first webinar will run through the preliminary work you need to complete before putting the 90-day plan together. And the second webinar is help with the 90-day plan itself. Growth Club normally comes with a price tag of £325 plus VAT. In addition, to ensure that your plan is sound, you will get a one-to-one coaching session over the phone or on Skype. That's 60 minutes of a one-to-one coaching session to view and hone the 90-day plan that you've produced. The value here is 500 plus VAT. How do you know which strategies to use? Well, we'll provide you with a strategy picker to make your selection easier. Here the value is 25. And finally, sign up today and we will send you an ebook on testing and measuring. Don't forget, if you implement this strategy today, you will see an immediate improvement in your business. And the value here is £30. So what do you get? You get, within the 90-day plan, it consists of Growth Club, one-to-one coaching, a strategy picker, and sign up today for the ebook, a total value of £880. What you pay. Today, special price is £249 plus VAT. The question is, how long can you afford not to do this? So how do you sign up? Go to www.actioncoach.com/LaurenSteingold/promo/exclusive offer and follow the instructions on that page. I'll leave this slide up for a few moments so that you can write down the website address. So now it's time to get into action. Don't forget the website address, www.actioncoach.com/LaurenSteingold/promo/exclusive offer. Thank you for your time this morning, and I hope you've enjoyed the webinar, and I'm looking forward to catching up with you on the first webinar, the preliminary work.